Hi guys, another little project using one of these wall climbing cars. This is one I've already stripped apart. In fact, the reason I stripped it apart was to pinch the little LiPo battery out of it. So everything else is still there, even LED lights. So the reason I wanted the LiPo battery out of it was for a little aeroplane, so I needed something small. In fact, I think I've got one laying on the desk here somewhere. Yeah, there. That's the sort of size. But what I'm thinking of doing, special request, this little foam, it's thin card covered foam, Chinese junk. Somebody wanted me to make it radio controlled. So what I'm going to do is pull the stand off it for a start. If I squeeze it sideways, I should be able to get most of the bodywork out. This bit in the middle, temporarily. I think we can get the back off as well. I have to try and remember how it goes together. Right, so we got the body there. What I'm going to do is fill that, or fill all the gaps with hot glue, which has been on for too long and most of it's leaked out. Don't need that quite yet, but yeah, just going to fill all the gaps. And then what I will do is stick the, this comes with two motors. It's like proportional steering. You drive one or the other depending on which way you want to go. So if I stick those two little motors on the bottom and put propellers on them, we should be able to drive it. That's a radio controlled boat. Well, I say radio controlled, remote controlled. It's actually infrared. So I'll just seal all this up. And then we'll come back in a minute and have a look at it. Right, so I've just pushed two holes through the back there. So we've got the two main drive motors pushing out. The hardest bit is going to be making propellers. I've got this little bit of aluminium cut from a takeaway meal thing. So I'll cut a couple of little propellers and glue them on the shafts and see how we get on. They don't need to be very strong, to be honest. We're not talking about trying to shift the Titanic or anything. We're just trying to get this little fella to move along. So I'll cut out some little propellers, just two-bladed I should think. So they need to be sort of 1/2 inch diameter, if that. So I'll do that. This thing, that's the vacuum motor, which is quite a nice little motor actually, but we don't need that for what we're doing. With a bit of luck, this might be hot enough to use to desolder it. Don't think that's warmed up enough yet. Oh yeah, just. Okay, so we can save that for something totally different. Battery. Yeah, where did the battery go? Oh, there's a big B plus there. I reckon that's B minus there. Quick way to find out. We might destroy it, because I think this one's still got a little bit of power in it. Or do I put something a bit bigger on there? Yeah. It's not that we need bigger power or more power. It just might be convenient to use a JST lead anyway. Okay, really running out of this solder. I bought some new solder from China, and it's that blooming leadless stuff. Or not leadless. Yeah, leadless. So it's got a higher melting point, which is a real pain, because I don't want to use a higher melting point. I want to use what I'm used to using. Right, so we should be able to put that on B plus, B minus there. I need to trim that. Right, that definitely says B plus. So we'll assume B plus is battery plus. And that one over there said B minus. So we should have power back on there, or at least we will have when I plug something in. So a small 1S LiPo. Small 1S LiPo. Okay. Power on. Sounds like it works, doesn't it? So, I suppose we could have the lights on there, couldn't we? Yeah, I could do that. Stick them in there. Oh, do they do... let's just check that again. Yes, they do. They tell you which way you're turning. So... oh, I don't know which of these motors is which. Hang on a minute, I don't think that one's working. No. Oh, that's annoying. I'm sure that one's not working. Oh, no, nothing's working. What have I done now? Something's a bit loose somewhere, isn't it? my positive. Turn it all around a bit so we can get on there. Why isn't that making good contact? Hang on, what's going on? Right, I'll stop filming for a while I try and figure out what's going wrong there. It looks like we've got a bit of loose track or something, and something's coming loose. It looks like it's a negative, not the positive. No. Oh, this is silly. Yeah, I'll stop filming because this is wasting time. Well, that is unexpected. It's the battery lead actually on the battery. Right, I'll have to sort that out. I don't know if we can see this. Yeah, that lead has come away from there. Don't know if I can solder that or not. It's not much space, but that's it. Well, that's annoying. I've just carefully swapped the motor for another one, and it still doesn't run. So it must be something on the board that's causing a problem. So, having just swapped that motor, I might as well use this one that I just pinched the motor from. That's very frustrating. Well, that was an unnecessary diversion, so I've changed to this receiver and these two motors, and they do both run. So there's obviously something wrong with that receiver, which I'm not going to worry about at the moment. I've left the motor desoldered, so I know that's the one that's faulty. And we'll concentrate on this one now and get that in the boat. So I'll have to make up some tiny propellers from this stuff. This is my first attempt at propellers, so they're just two little flat plates of that aluminium foil, hot glue to hold them in place. When the hot glue's dried, I'll twist them into clockwise and anti-clockwise propellers, and we'll see what happens. So there's our propellers. The only way we'll know whether they work is to stick them in the water. So I'll put the rest of the bodywork back on and we'll have a go. Thanks for watching. If you like that, then you might like this. And if you like this and that, you might like to subscribe over there.